Good evening. This is Shri here, and we are a week removed from the exciting Super Bowl that happened between the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers. So, football takes a big uh, breather between now and the free agency, and then we get to the draft. But what I wanted to cover today was there was a new Apple TV series called the Dynasty, which was pretty much based upon a book by Jeff Benedict. And the first two episodes of that uh, Patriots Dynasty dropped on Apple TV, and I think they plan to release it every week or so. So the first two episodes were released, and as a Patriots fan, pretty much seen a lot of the footage over many years, but without giving much spoilers here, just wanted to quickly recap the two episodes for the series Dynasty. Let's kind of set the stage here. The show does start off by taking the early look of the Dynasty, from Robert Kraft buying the team to hiring Bill Belichick, and then Bill Belichick picking Tom Brady as a 199 pick in the NFL draft. So obviously the three men are part of the conversation. Obviously there are other people who are interviewed for this series. So the recap for the first two episodes. Episode one was named as Backup Plan, and pretty much the summary of the episode was where Kraft, like I said, buys the team, and then Drew Bledsoe gets hurt in 2001 with a vicious hit by Mo Lewis. Almost died because of that. It is well covered in the episode, and then eventually replaced by Tom Brady. So it was a very interesting time for the Patriots because with Bledsoe getting hurt and Belichick going with Tom Brady, the Patriots did go on started, they were 0-2. They got to 5-4 with Brady as quarterback. Predominantly the defense playing a huge role. So you see a lot of defensive captains and the defensive personnel on the show. And it was a very tricky time even for Bill Belichick because he was coming off a pretty bad season the previous year and started 0-2. And then he went with Tom Brady. But the turning point there, obviously, is when Drew came back. And what is interesting is that now we sit back, 20 plus years later, thinking that this was probably the best move Belichick made. But Bill at the time was under pressure. And the decision that he made to stick with Tom Brady, even after Drew Bledsoe came back from injury, was something which was very exciting. And again, not to give too much away, obviously a lot of us do know that Belichick, Scott Pioli, they were all in Cleveland, and it was a big talking point where Bill pretty much drove out Bernie Kosar. So similar situation playing out in New England with Belichick sticking with Tom Brady. So again, that was a big decision at that time. A lot of talk shows, obviously, on who to go with, whether this was truly a good move on his part. So the episode does cover it very well. There are interesting surprises that you will hear as well. So, like I said, it is probably better to watch the episodes as well. Now, let's go to the episode number 2. It was a snowball, and by now everyone knows about the famous snowball between the Oakland Raiders, the then Oakland Raiders, now who are the Las Vegas Raiders, against the Patriots. And Patriots, by virtue of winning the division, they got to host the playoff game, and this was a game that will be talked about forever. not because of the tuck rule, but there were so many elements that went into this game. And the interesting part is that the snow was pretty massive, huge snowstorm. Definitely, Patriots seemed to have the advantage that day. Uh, but but the thing is, like, there's a lot of backstory. Again, going back to the episode number 1 and 2 with Brady and Bledsoe. But the interesting aspect of the snowy Foxborough against the Raiders divisional round matchup, and of course, it did come up to the tuck rule. The Raiders were, despite being a West Coast team, we all know that they were actually up on the Patriots, and the Patriots were on the verge of losing that game. And this was supposed to be the last game in the old Foxborough Stadium before it was going to be demolished after this game. And everyone remembers the famous game-tying field goal by Adam Vinatieri. I still, to this day, say that was probably the most difficult, the most clutch kick ever made in the NFL history. With the distance, with the game on the line, the weather condition that almost had like 6 to 7 inches of snow, I don't think no other kick will ever match it. A lot of kudos to Adam Vinatieri for that. Um, and it is really well done. The episodes, even though, like I said, even though I've got to see many of the Patriots' old footage, there was a lot of new footage that the viewers will definitely enjoy. Whether it's for Brady or Belichick or Kraft or all the other players who appeared on the show. So the first 2 episodes, definitely in my mind, I would call it an A. Looking forward to a lot of the other episodes. Obviously, we'll get to more interesting aspects of things. I've read the book by Jeff Benedict, and this is like reliving a lot of the history. And I still remember where I was in the Snowball game and where I was in the Super Bowl that the Patriots, won against the Rams, which is the greatest show on turf at that time they were labeled as. So enjoy the first 2 episodes of Dynasty, the backup plan, and the Snowball. Really, if you're a Patriots fan, or even if you're just an NFL fan, I think it was very interesting to see the backstory, the decisions, the drama, and eventually the birth of a dynasty. So with that, thank you for listening, and I'll come back again to recap the next 2 episodes next week. Thank you.